Hi, friends. Welcome to Lotus in the Light. I had an interesting day today, or an interesting experience, and I really want to share it with you because I think it's showing the way that when we are connected to the divine or to higher consciousness, um, they're constantly leaving breadcrumbs for us that are going to lead us to these really cool experiences. Um, and if we're in tune and following them, like to the layman, it's like that, what? That's not a sign. But when you're really in tune, you know what's a sign and you follow it. And it becomes a fun game. It becomes like a scavenger hunt. I've been really into the Amazing Race lately. So it becomes like a little scavenger hunt, if you will. And so I just want to share a little bit about this thing that came to pass today. It's a really fun story. I have to go back 2 days though to kind of to start the divine breadcrumb story. So, not last night, but the night before, I had a dream. Now, the way I understand dreams is that it's a combination of two things going on. Number one, when you're sleeping and when your body is asleep, I do believe that your soul leaves your body and you are in the universe connecting with divine spirit and your loved ones and your guides and like strategizing and, learning and processing and doing all the things, right? So that's what I believe. And then your soul comes back into your body when you wake up. At the same time, we know your body is resting and recovering and repairing, and your brain is processing and resting and recovering, right? And that brain processing, it's like processing all the things of the day and filing them in the file cabinets and, whatever in your mind, right? So I believe that what a dream is a combination of both of those experiences. It's taking lessons and divine downloads that spirit wants you to know and understand and dropping it into this thing that you're going to remember, this experience, this dream that you're going to remember. But the details of the dream get filled in with the things that your brain is processing. So the details tend to look like places you've been the previous day, people you saw or talked to or thought about or whatever, the previous day, because it's taking all those details that your brain is processing and it's filling in those details into the dream. So it's kind of becomes that's why they kind of become weird mixtures of like, what it was that? I don't even know. So 2 nights ago, I have a dream that basically, it makes sense when you're dreaming it, and then you wake up and you try to articulate it, and you're like, what was happening? So I don't know exactly what was happening, but it felt like maybe I was in the Amazing Race. I was like rushing around and the scenes kept changing really fast. The way Amazing Race, you're like in one place and then you're in the next place and then you're in the next place. And I had a partner, but my partner kept changing. So with every scene, I was with a different person. So like 1 minute I was with my son, and then I was with my cousin, and then I was with my niece, and then, so on and so forth. One of those people was a person that I used to work with. This guy that I used to work with, we used to be like partners in crime. We both called on Kroger. So we had two different roles, but we worked pretty closely together. And I worked with him from 2004 to 2008 to give perspective. So it's 2026 right now. So it's been 20 years since we worked together. It's been 18 years formally since we last worked together, and probably 15 years since I've spoken to him, and many years since I've even thought about him, since he's even crossed my mind. So that really stuck out to me because when I woke up and I'm like processing this dream, I journal my dreams when I wake up. I wake up, I give myself a minute to process the dream. Like I don't think, I just sit and I set the intention that I'm processing the dream so I don't forget it. And then I'll journal about it on the mornings that I want to do that. So I did that morning, and then I'm journaling about the dream, but I'm making a note about him in particular because there was no reason why he would be in my dream. He wasn't somebody I had recently talked to. He wasn't somebody I was thinking about. He wasn't somebody that popped up on my social media feed, anything like that. So there was really no reason. And that told me that there was some divine component to why he showed up into my dream, that maybe that portion of the dream was really about my soul experience, not my brain processing experience. So I just made a note of it in my journal. That was 2 nights ago. Today, after my craniosacral therapy, I'm driving home and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I probably should stop and eat. I'm trying to figure out what I want. Nothing's sounding great. And then all of a sudden, he pops in my mind. Now, when we worked together for the 4 plus 5 years, 4 to 5 years that we worked together, we both worked from home. We met in the office every Tuesday and worked together every Tuesday. And we always went to lunch together at the same bagel shop. It wasn't near our work. It wasn't near either of our houses. It was near where I grew up. So like I had a fondness for it. And for whatever reason, he also loved it. So it just became our place that we would drive from the office all the way there. It was like a 20-minute drive, have our lunch, drive back. Um, and so that was our thing. Every Tuesday, I had a tuna melt with Munster cheese on an onion bagel and a lemonade. And so, anyway, I happen to live near that bagel shop now. It's like 2 minutes from my house. I'm back in that area. And so he pops in my head while I'm driving. And then, of course, this all happens probably within a split second, but like to stretch it out, it's like he pops in my head, and then immediately the bagel shop pops in my head. And then I'm like, yes, tuna melt on onion bagel with Munster. That sounds great. So then I head in that direction, and I'm like, is that the only reason why he popped into my dream? Like, how crazy is this, right? How funny. So I'm like, for some reason, I must need to be at that bagel shop. Sorry, I skipped one other component. So that happens this afternoon. But before that, this morning when I got up and I was meditating, I meditated. And then after I meditated, was I journaling? I forget if I was journaling or doing something on my computer. I forget what I was doing, but it popped in my mind that I'm constantly talking about, if you watch any of my videos, I'm constantly talking about enlightenment in our human journey on this spectrum, our understanding of the world, our understanding of truth, our understanding of what's right, what's true. I always talk about it on this spectrum, this love spectrum of absolute fear to perfect love. And like the closer to love, perfect love, our belief is, the purer it is, the better for us it is, right? But there's even at absolute fear, there's some element of truth in it. It's just clouded. It's just misunderstood, misinterpreted, right? And so we're on this constant journey towards perfect love, and love meets us wherever we are. So if we're vibing down here in the low vibe, it meets us there in a way that we can understand it and we can appreciate it and believe it, and it can reign true in our life and it can bring us hope. Okay. So so it's not to pass judgment on anything. The spectrum isn't. The spectrum is just to help us understand, not judge. Okay. So I was thinking as I was journaling or whatever I was doing this morning, I'm like, I need to create this spectrum. I need to create a visual version of it. I need to create the graphic art of this spectrum so that I can use it, so I can print it, so I can hold it up, so I can put it on my on the YouTube channel, whatever, and I can use it in different ways. And I actually have some ideas that Spirit's given me of ways that I can use, other ways I can use it. So I'm like, I really need to find an artist to help me design this love spectrum. And then I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to design it. Like I've always said that I'm not artistic. I used to not even be able to draw. I mean, I draw stick person. You know, it was terrible. You think a 3-year-old drew it. It was like bad. And so that is an element of myself. Now I understand that I didn't feel artistic because that was my belief system that I clung to. Perhaps it was on purpose. Perhaps I came into this world denying myself that so that I could rediscover it. Whatever the case, that's what I believed about myself. And so that's what I was. I was non-artistic. So I thought, well, maybe now that I've discovered that I'm by design a creator because I am an expression of divine source of God, and God is a creator. And so I am a creator. I do have creativity within me. I am discovering more and more of that. Maybe I'm supposed to design this. There's lots of great tools out there, AI tools and platforms like Canva and things like that that I've used. So like maybe I should just do this myself. Either way, I'm like, I need to do one or the other, right? I'm going to put that to bed for now. When it's of my highest joy, I'll know and I'll start working on it, or find, or that resource might appear or whatever. Leave it, go on to craniosacral therapy. Now I'm heading to the bagel shop for lunch. I order my lunch. I'm ordering it to go to take it home. I decide to sit down. They have this like counter bar area, and there was one guy sitting there. There's a couple seats left. I went over and I just picked a seat and sat at it. And I looked down, and this is what's on the counter. It says, "Dear stranger, this art is for you. Take it or give it or leave it." And then it has their Instagram handle, which is at magic with MG. I about shit my pants because this is the fun stuff that Spirit does. I have a dream about a person. The person leads me to a restaurant. The restaurant leads me to this. This art is for you. And then as you can see, I've opened it. So then I opened it up, and it was just a little doodle of some abstract art. Love it. Cool. Great. And that's it. But here's the thing. What does that mean? Is this the person that I'm supposed to partner with that's supposed to help me create some of the artistic expressions of the spirit work that I'm doing, the light work that I'm doing? Maybe. Or maybe it's more of a metaphor. Maybe it was Spirit's way of saying, hey, guess what, Jen? I'm here. This is my higher self, right? I call my higher self J Flow. I'm J Mo. Higher self is J Flow. J Flow saying, hey, girl, I'm here for you. Whether it's resources you need, whether it's inspiration for your own creative endeavors that you need, like, I got your back. And it's going to be easy every time. And boy, was that easy. But the only reason why it was easy was because I was listening. I was tuned in. And we're always tuned in to something. The question is, what are we tuned into? So maybe that's the final message here is like, let's start paying attention to what we're tuning into, what narratives we're listening to, what beliefs we're, thoughts. That's what we're tuning into. But thoughts that we think over and over again, those become our beliefs. Those become our truths. Those become our habits. Those, right? So I guess to summarize the message, I guess I know to summarize this message, that's what Spirit is saying right now is pay attention to what you're tuning into. And life is a joyride. And if you're tuning in to your higher self, all the steps, all the things that you do, they're all going to have these elements of fun and excitement and passion and joy to them. Even when you hit the bumps in the road that don't feel so good, you're going to be like, I know this is happening for a reason and I can't wait to find out. And that's what's beautiful about it. Let's close with a card. I feel like we need a card. Okay, this is what popped out at me. Light Seers Tarot. You know I'm not a tarot expert, so we're going to really be relying on divine spirit. Okay, let me give a shuffle here. Okay. Let's see what we get. Sorry if you just heard my phone beep. Okay. I love this. Okay. So this is the Hanged Man. It's a 12, breaks down to a 3, which is about life lessons. Look, the Hanged Man is about not trying, just being, just being and allowing. Like the Hanged Man is not striving for anything. They're just allowing. And you can see, this is the beauty. See the light right there? The light is illuminating her mind. She's like, opening up and seeing amazing things and learning. Again, breaks down to a 3. So this is about life lessons. So learning, tapping into this wisdom of the world without doing anything. She's not reading a book. She's not taking a class. She's not studying. She's not memorizing. She's not preparing. She's not going after what she wants. She's not doing anything. She's just being and allowing and absorbing and tuning in. That's what's happening here. She's tuning in within. That's the energy of the Hanged Man. So I love that. Thank you. So that's spirit um reminding us of what it looks like, what it looks like to tune in. It looks like easy. It looks like easy. It looks like fun. It looks like peace. It looks like comfort. Like she's just like do 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 do. I'm hanging around. I'm doing whatever. We're gonna get one more card here to ask spirit to show us where we're headed. Okay, a bunch fell out, but the other ones landed on the floor, and this one landed on top. This is about where we're headed. Okay. So this is 9 of Wands. Okay. 9 is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And again, so we're getting female representations here. So this is feminine energy, and Wands is feminine energy. So Wands is the intuition. That's the feminine energy. It has nothing to do with gender. Okay. It has to do with the feminine energy within you, that feminine energy that's ready to receive. It's exactly what the Hanged Man is doing. So this is telling you, look, there's wisdom. There's light here that's lighting the way, that's showing you the way. And if you're willing to follow that, she stands at this fence, but she's seeing what's beyond. Okay. And she's ready and willing. Look, she's like got it. She's here. She's got her eyes closed. She's willing and ready to take in what's next. She's seeing what's next on the horizon. She's being illuminated and enlightened. That's where we are. We have to embrace that feminine energy. Everything I just described to you in this story is an element of feminine energy. It's not going after. It's not taking action. It is I take that back. There's action involved, but it's divinely inspired action. It's not the action that comes from here that says, you need to do this, you need to do that, you have to do this. It's the action that comes from here that says, oh, wouldn't this be fun? Oh, I think I'm in the mood for an onion bagel today. Oh, I think I'm ready to go create this graphic design. I wonder how that's going to unfold. I didn't go online and search for an artist. I didn't start looking, for calling friends that I know that do art. I did nothing. I said, oh, I think I'm ready to do that. That set the intention. That was the prayer. And then I forgot about it. And then this is what happens. This art is for you. That's what happens, folks. That's how cool working in conjunction with and truly co-creating with God, with spirit. That's how cool it is. So hang out, stop doing, stop trying. If the word try enters any sentence, if you're like, I'm trying to, again, not wrong. It's your choice to have an experience. You're going to learn and grow from that experience no matter what. but it definitely isn't the easiest way, and it definitely isn't the way it has to be. So I hope that that resonated for you. And I just want to say I love you all, and I'm so grateful for anyone that watches these videos. I make these videos for me because I'm inspired to do it. And if nobody watches it, that would be fine. But I also know that some people do watch it and do appreciate them. So I appreciate you going on this journey with me. Love you all. Peace out.